Third component is field properties. Field properties pane appears on the lower half of the screen when we use design view. And there are different options in this field properties, like field size. This is the maximum size for data stored in text or number fields. Already I have told you, for short text 255 is the maximum characters. Here blank space is also counted. For long text we can store up to 65,536 characters. For number data, field size determines the range and how many bytes can be used for storage. Next option is format. This specifies how data will be displayed. Like date, you can display in different formats. Next, decimal places. When you use any number, you can use up to which decimal places you want to display the number. Next, caption. Caption is an alternative name for the field to make the field name more explanatory. It can contain up to 2048 characters. 2048 characters. Then default value. This value is automatically filled in the field when you add a new record to the table. Means if you don't enter any record in the field, then it can accept the default value. Next is validation rule. The validation rule limits the value that the field will accept. For example, if you want to display the numbers in the range between 1 and 100, then it can take the number between 1 and 100 only. It cannot accept the numbers less than 1 or greater than 100. So that is your validation rule. You have to enter the number in between 1 and 100. Validation text is the error message that appears when the value entered in a field violates the validation rule. Means in the validation rule, if you use any rule, say I want to display or I want to enter the number between 1 and 100, and if you enter say 101, then in the validation text you can write a message that you entered out of range number, like that. So validation text is your error message when it violates the validation rule. Next is required. If you enter yes, if the field should always receive a value during the data entry, the default value of it is no. Means required. There are two options in required. One is yes, one is no, and by default it is always no, which means that the field can be left blank. If you give it as yes option, then you cannot keep it as blank. You have to enter the value. Next one is allow zero length. This property is used for text and memo data types. See, when in the required option, in the above option means required is yes and allow zero length is no, data must be entered in the field during data entry. Okay, if both properties are set to yes, means required is also yes and allow zero length is also yes, the field can be left empty.